4 million years ago, in the shifting landscape of East Africa, a new kind of primate emerged, one that walked upright with confidence, chewed with powerful jaws, and lived in a world of lakes, woodlands, and volcanic ash. This species represents the earliest known member of the Australopithecus lineage, the group that would eventually give rise to Australopithecus afarensis, africanus, and eventually the genus Homo. This is Australopithecus anamensis, or the southern ape of the lake, a species that bridges the evolutionary gap between the forest-dwelling Ardipithecus and the more terrestrial Australopiths that followed. And in its bones we see the first clear evidence of habitual bipedalism, the moment our ancestors committed to walking on two legs. Let's dig into it. Let's dig into it. The story of Australopithecus anamensis begins not with a skull, but with a single arm bone. In 1965, a Harvard team working near Lake Turkana uncovered a fragment of a humerus labeled K&M KP 271. At the time, it was impossible to classify. Only decades later would researchers realize it belonged to the earliest Australopithecus ever found. But the real breakthrough came in 1994. Leakey and Alan Walker excavated Alia Bay and Kanapoy, uncovering jaws, teeth, and postcranial fragments that revealed a primitive but unmistakably hominin species. These fossils, nearly 100 specimens representing more than 20 individuals, establish Australopithecus anamensis, the oldest known Australopithecus. In 2019, Johannes Haile-Selassie announced a nearly complete cranium from Ranso Mill, Ethiopia, the first of its kind. The skull confirmed a long, narrow brain case and a projecting face, and a cranial capacity of 365 to 370 cc's, smaller than Australopithecus afarensis, and closer to Ardipithecus. But it also revealed something unexpected. Australopithecus anamensis and Australopithecus afarensis overlapped in time for at least 100,000 years. This discovery shattered the simple ancestor-descendant model and opened new debates about branching evolution. Australopithecus anamensis sits at a pivotal moment in human evolution. It is the first species with indisputable evidence towards habitual bipedalism, a commitment to walking upright that shaped every later hominin. It also shows the earliest appearance of Australopithecus dental pattern, thick enamel, large molars, and a powerful jaw adapted to tougher foods. And yet the skull and face remain primitive, echoing earlier hominids like Ardipithecus ramidus. In Australopithecus anamensis, we see evolution in motion, a mosaic of old and new traits. The tibia is the smoking gun of bipedalism. The upper tibia of Australopithecus anamensis shows a widened, reinforced surface for weight bearing, identical to functions in modern humans. The ankle joint oriented to support the body on a single leg at a time, a hallmark of habitual bipedalism. This is not occasional walking upright. This is commitment. The arms were still built for climbing. Despite its human-like legs, Australopithecus anamensis retained long forearms and wrist features associated with climbing. This suggests a mixed locomotor repertoire, confident walking on the ground, but still comfortable in the trees. Not a transitional form, a dual adapted one. The face of Australopithecus anamensis projects forward, a condition known as prognathism. The brain case is long and narrow with a capacity of 365 to 370 cc's, smaller than afarensis, and only slightly larger than Ardipithecus. The cheekbones project forward, a trait later exaggerated in robust Australopiths like Paranthropus. These features show a species still close to its ape-like ancestors, even as its teeth and legs move toward the human condition. Dental fossils outnumber all other remains, and they tell a rich story. Thick enamel and large molars. These traits indicate a diet that included hard or abrasive foods, nuts, seeds, and tough vegetation. They had ape-like front teeth. The incisors are larger than later Australopiths, suggesting reliance on fruit or stripping vegetation. The lower third premolar in Australopithecus anamensis is large and single-cusped, primitive condition not seen in later Australopiths. Its canines are smaller than Ardipithecus, but larger than Afarensis, a perfect intermediate. Together, these traits show a species experimenting with new diets and environmental change. The sites where Australopithecus anamensis lived, Canapoi, Alia Bay, and Middle Awash, were dominated by lakes, rivers, and woodlands. Fossil fauna include monkeys, antelopes, aquatic species, indicating mosaic environment rather than open savanna. Volcanic sediments allowed precise dating, 4.2 to 3.8 million years ago. This landscape offered both trees for safety and open ground for foraging, perfect for a species transitioning between worlds. Traditionally, Australopithecus anamensis was seen as a direct ancestor of Afarensis, but in 2019, the cranium changed the story. It showed that Australopithecus anamensis and Australopithecus afarensis overlapped in time, meaning evolution was branching, not linear. So, what does that mean? Well, there's three possibilities. One, a direct ancestor. The classic model is Ardipithecus anamensis afarensis. Two, sister species, both descended from an earlier ancestor coexisting for thousands of years. Or three, a side branch, a successful but ultimately extinct lineage. Most researchers still see Australopithecus anamensis as ancestral, but the debate is alive and well. Australopithecus anamensis marks the dawn of the Australopithecus lineage. It shows the earliest clear commitment to bipedalism. It reveals the first major shift towards tougher diets, and it captures the moment when our ancestors were still part-time climbers, navigating a world of lakes, forests, and volcanic plains. In the next chapter of this story, we meet Australopithecus afarensis, a species that takes upright walking, chewing power, and adaptability to a whole new level. Like and subscribe for more deep dives into human origins here on Fossil Matrix.